Right. So, as part of EDI migration process, in the last session, we have discussed about how EDI migrations will be taken place and how do we do the EDI migration. All that we have discussed. Wherein today I'm going to discuss with you about what are the different benefits uh, that we get when we are using Informatica, especially for EDI migration. Because information Informatica is one of the tool if you want to extract the data, if you want to transform and load the data in EDI migrations, generally Informatica is something which normally we use. In the process of understanding, so there are a couple of benefits we need to know. One is about the scalability. So wherein using Informatica, we can handle large volumes of data. At the same time, we can also ensure whatever the EDA transactions that are processed are very quick and efficient. Next, we can integrate EDA process with other applications, something like SAP or Oracle, any kind of Salesforce, uh, all those integrations. So for that integration, anyway, we use different APIs, something like RESTful API and all. So even we need to use some files, something like XML, JSON files and all, so that we can enable any seamless data exchanges, everything can be done using the integration part. Next one about the flexibility, because Informatica advantage is to offer various connectors, and we can work with cloud-based systems, on-premise systems, as well as hybrid architectures. Olden days, for a very long time, irrespective of the domain we are talking about, either it can be healthcare, it can be property and casualty insurance, or it can be banking domains, all that. So we are using on-premise systems and applications for a very long time. And now we are transforming from on-premise to the cloud environments. At the same time, we are implementing hybrid architectures. This is how generally flexibility come into existence. So flexibility is also one of the core and important benefit you see when we are integrating with EDI. Next, automation, because Informatica has an advantage wherein it can allow automation of any kind of processes so that we can reduce the manual intervention and we can reduce the errors during the migration stage. So it's always important for us to understand some kind of scenarios. So what are the different scenarios being a EDI specialist when we are migrating into Informatica? So what are the different scenarios we need to know? So I'm just giving a scenario to you so that you guys will understand. For example, when a company is migrating their EDI infrastructure, right, to the process which they have to involve as far as EDI migration is to extract the historical EDI data from any kind of old system using any kind of Informatica Power Center, etc. So when they have transformed the data into the new EDI format using different mapping and transformation functions. So once they have transformed data into the new trading partners, through any kind of secure protocol, something like ES2 and all. So they have to monitor and as well as log all the EDA transactions so that they can ensure whatever they have processed were accurate. Along with that, they need to troubleshoot any kind of errors that will be arised in this regard. So this is a basic scenario which I'm explaining. There are a couple of scenarios here which I'm going to explain in the next session. This is one basic scenario as a EDA specialist when we are working on the migration process, especially when we are working on EDA migration using Informatica is something we must be good with.